So we get some feedback or some requests to do a very high level approach to how we think about Conversion Pro and how I would use that in your business on a day to day. But in order to understand like the buttons and all of that stuff and where to click and like what feature does what, because there's a lot, we've unlocked everything for you. I think you need to understand a very rudimentary or elementary concept of how we think about content to registration to follow up to deal. So I want to draw that for you really quick. And you need to understand this first, because when you understand this first, then I think you'll see that everything else inside Conversion Pro starts to make sense, and we can take action on it right away. So, for starters, what we have is we have a piece of content. Okay. So, a piece of content in your world, you could just call this a social post. And just so you know, everything that we run on the steveolsonshow.com and conversionprore.com is all powered by the exact same system that you guys have. So everything that you see us do, the automatic emails that if you guys have ever looked at like a coaching page or a sales page and my team emails you right away, all of that is done automatically. I don't touch any of it. I just deal with the responses. It all goes into a sales pipeline, and we only work with the people that engage with the stuff on the site, nobody else. All right. So you create a social post. This could be an image, it could be a video, it could be whatever. And you'll create a video that says, hey, if you're thinking about buying a home in today's market, blah, 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 you should take action on here, right? You should be doing this every single day, whether it's, it could be like written thing with an image and a little button on a social post. You could do it that way. You could do a little bit of copy like we do, and then we do a video, and then you have a button that says, learn more. You could do any of that. It all works. There's nothing that you need to do that there's like no magic piece of content is what I'm saying. So once we do that, we're going to tell the client to take some action, right? And the action is going to be, if you like what we're talking about, or you want to learn more, or if you want to download the report, or if you want to watch the video, we tend to do a lot of videos. Video registrations work very well. They work very well in your industry, just like they do in the coaching industry. So if you are doing webinars on teaching people like what they need to do before they sell their home, or what they need to do before they buy a home, as long as you can keep that to about 12 to 25 minutes long, I promise you, you will get registrations right now. So the action that they can take right now is either going to be a visit to a website, a Facebook lead form, assuming you're using Facebook or Instagram ads, or a messenger chat. Like if you did messenger chat, you would say like comment home, below in messenger, and we'll respond to you with the link. You could do that as well. That's a little bit more advanced. That would be the last thing that I would set up, but that is your option, right? And so from there, obviously, if they go the website version, we have squeeze pages that we've built for you, right? 2 lines, a little button with a pop-up that says, give us your first name, your email, and all of that, okay? If you go to a Facebook lead form, we'll do a little sexy arrow there. Let's do another sexy arrow right here, because you guys know I'm an amazing artist. Facebook lead form is built into Facebook as an ad, right? So lead form is going to pop up and it says, hey, give us your first name, your phone, your email, and then we'll send you that. And then we're going to send them to a thank you page at the end of that form. Some of you guys have this built. Others don't. If you need a thank you page, I can give you a template we can put in there. That's totally fine. So that's if you're going to use lead forms in your ads. If you're going to use Messenger, then what you're going to use here is ManyChat. And ManyChat's going to say, hey, if anybody comments on this post for any reason, automatically send them. I'm going to do a little art piece. That's a chat bubble, in case you can't recognize. Automatically send them this SMS saying, hey, is it okay if I send this to your email? Fantastic. What's your email address? Great. What's your first name? Cool. Check your email in a second. We'll send it to you. Again, this would be a distant third that I would build. But let's focus on the website part. I'll highlight this really quick. Let's focus on the Facebook lead form part. Only those two. We'll do a totally different video in Messenger in the future. Okay, so if we know that that's what we want to focus on, then we know if we're going to do a website. You guys already have the funnel, so we have a 2-line pop-up. This would be like the 3 things you need to know before you sell your home. If they fill that out, they're going to go to a success page, which you guys already have, your logo right there, and it says, hey, these are the 4 things we do to sell your home. And then there's a button that says, go check out our listing page. Listing page has all the data right there. And then obviously from there, we drop them into 3 workflows. So we give them 1 workflow. What happened to my pen here? We give them 1 workflow that delivers the promise. And I'm going to show you this in a second. After that, we send them to the second workflow automatically that sends them 5 emails in 4 days. And these emails are very short. Hey, notice you registered on this. Do you have time to talk today? That's pretty much what all the emails say. If they don't respond to any of that, they go into workflow number 3, which is 11 emails in 30 days. If they go in the 11 emails in 30 days, it's very similar to number 2, only this one's a little bit more, they're a little longer emails. They tell stories and they say, hey, if you're interested in learning about how we sell homes, click here and view my listing page or respond to this email. If anybody responds to emails in campaign 1, 2, or 3, everything stops on a reply. What you need to pull this off, we've built all this for you. What you need to pull this off is number 1, I'm going to show you this in a second. You need a form. Number 2, you need a funnel. Number 3, you need a workflow. Okay? Those are the 3 components you need. Now, if you're doing Facebook lead ads, the process is the exact same. And in fact, in the 7-day challenge, I'm going to walk you through a very simple lead ad that you can launch in 7 days for a very low budget, get leads, put them in the pipeline, and start working them right away. That's going to launch here really soon if it hasn't already, based on what you're watching this video. The only thing that changes in this entire process, if you're using Facebook lead forms, is instead of using a form inside Conversion Pro, we're going to use, I'm going to say 1A, we're going to use a Facebook lead form. And the good thing about this is we don't have to do Zapier or anything. It integrates directly, and we take the lead form and we put them, we bypass the funnel because we don't need the funnel. We already did that on the lead form, and we go right into the workflows. Now, Steve, if lead forms are easy, why wouldn't we just always do lead forms? Why would we do the website? In your business, you may. The lead forms are going to be a cheaper lead. However, I would say 30 to 40% aren't going to really realize that they registered on that because they don't know that they gave you their info. So there's a reason why cost for a lead form is much cheaper than a website landing page. It's because on the website, somebody has to manually type their stuff in and they know they're actually giving you info. So that lead is naturally going to cost more. Now there's a whole bunch of other dependencies. Sometimes the web page doesn't load. Sometimes there's speed issues. I mean, there could be a million issues, right? So you do introduce some complexities in that when you use a web page thing, but the lead quality and the conversations and the responsiveness for that will be much better than a Facebook lead form. My recommendation would be to do both. On our event stuff, if you've ever seen an ad for like register for one of our recorded events in the past, we don't use lead forms for any of that. Our average cost per lead on that's somewhere around $7, just to give you guys context around that, okay? So now that we know, if we go back to my little screen share here, now that we know that we need a form and then a thank you page, then our landing page, then it goes into this workflow, then that workflow. Let me kill that right there, sorry. And then this workflow. How do we do it, right? What does that look like? Well, I'm going to log into a demo account really quick. So let's dive into the screen share really quick. And I'll show you what I mean. So do you remember what I said earlier that every single funnel needs to have a form, a funnel, and a workflow? Well, if you're going to do it the website way, you're going to go to marketing. Then you'll go to, you're going to go to sites, not marketing. You'll go to funnels. You'll see agency funnels, and here's all the funnels right here. And so if we click on the Market Insights report, that's a bad example, actually. We'll come back to that in a second. If you click on the, how to buy a home and buy and sell a home at the same time, you're going to see the squeeze page variations right here. And all this means is we send 50% of the traffic here, 50% of the traffic there, and we just split test whatever one works better. So let's say that we want to look at this. This is what this is going to look like. And obviously this is like fake, logos and all that stuff, but they're going to click here. They'll give us their first name and their email. This is the form. So if you come back over to Conversion Pro and we're in sites, you'll notice we have this little forms section. If we just click on forms here, you're going to notice we have a form for every one of those funnels. So first we need to build a funnel. LM stands for lead magnet. Listing offer form, or offer stands for offer. So, and then we connect these forms with the funnels. So you'll notice if we go back to sites, go back to funnels, click agency funnels, let's go back to how to buy a home at the same time. We'll go ahead and edit this. And you'll notice up here where it says pop up, this little form, you'll notice it was right here, the 3 things before you sell. That's where that form is. So because we do a button and the button triggers a pop-up because it converts better, you'll notice in the pop-up settings up here, the form right there is the label of that form. So that's how you find where the form is. So every time you create a new funnel, you create a new form, you can duplicate a funnel, change the headline. That's totally fine, but it does need its own form. And then if we go, remember I told you the first step or the third step in that is to have a workflow. So what we're going to do is we're going to exit this. We're going to go to automation on the left, and then we're in workflows, and you're going to see, let this load really quick. And again, I'm in a demo account, so it keeps asking me to ask my, do my credit card here. You'll notice that we have main offer workflows and lead magnet workflows. So I'm going to click in here, and here's that 3 things, or how to buy a home at the same time. So you'll notice the start trigger of this workflow starts with the how to buy it. It starts with that form. So form submitted, and it says form is, there's that form right there. So that form kicks off the entire marketing automation that happens. So in this case, we're going to update the life cycle. If they're already a lead, we're going to skip it. We're going to create a deal. This is going to drop it in their pipeline. I'll explain that here in a second. We're going to send them the email. This email tells them literally, this is what we promised. Here it is. And then it's going to add a note so you know where they converted. It's going to wait 15 minutes, and then it's going to automatically go into the phase 1 direct call to action workflow. So let's look at that really quick. If you go back to workflows and we go to prospect follow-up workflows, you're going to see phase 1 right here. And in phase 1, there's no trigger because the other workflow triggered it, right? But all this is 1 email, 2 emails, 3 emails, 4 emails, 5 emails in about 4 days. And if you look at these emails, they just say, hey, I saw your inquiry. Are you available to connect? Very simple emails, right? They work very well. If they don't respond to any of those emails, they go on to phase 2, which is 11 emails in 30 days. And they're really similar emails. If we click on it, they're just a little longer. Maybe they'll resonate with a longer one, right? And again, if they respond to any of these emails, everything will automatically stop. Now, I'm sure you're asking, okay, cool. We understand how to create a lead ad. How do I get the lead ad to go to this? Well, that's really easy. If we go back to our Launchpad here, you'll notice this very first thing, you need to connect your Facebook account with all your lead forms right there. So all you have to do is click this. I'm not going to do it because this is a demo account and I've already got mine connected to 3 other accounts, but you would just click here and you want to say, hey, which business do you want to connect it to? You're only going to see one right there because you only have 1 account. And then you're going to click continue, and then it's going to open up Facebook, and Facebook's going to say, are you sure you want to do this? And that's going to connect all of your forms. If you do it with a form and not a funnel, again, submit a tech ticket. We can show you how to do this. You'll go back to automation. You'll go into one of those offers. Let's say that you're just going to do a lead magnet for how to buy and sell home at the same time. All you would do is you would go to add another trigger, and you'd search for Facebook. And there it is, Facebook lead form submitted, add filter. In form, and you would, I don't see any forms here because mine isn't connected, but all the lead forms that you connected in your ad account would show up right here. That's all you would do. And then that would kick off the lead flow, and boom, you'd be good to go with Facebook lead ads. So in the leads challenge, if you haven't already taken this, I'm going to show you in 7 days how to create a simple Facebook lead ad with homes for sale in your market, connect it with Conversion Pro, let the emails all kick out. I'll show you how to duplicate the workflow to normalize that. And I think when you go through that 7-day challenge, if you haven't already, and you go through all those steps, all of this will make a lot of sense. Now, every lead that comes in, last thing I'm going to tell you on this overview, every lead that comes in is going to automatically come to these opportunity tab. And you'll notice, again, I got to ignore the credit card thing here. If we go to, we have lead flow pipeline, listing and purchase pipeline. All new leads will show up in this first column. That's how you're going to know who to work. If they respond to everything, you'll see that in your conversations tab right here. So really all you need to know is that a form connects to a funnel connects to a workflow drops everybody in the sales pipeline. If you understand those concepts and then you go through the 7-day challenge, you're well on your way to mastering the system and using it to scale a business based on lead generation and all that fun stuff, all right? Any questions, members at thesteveolsonshow.com will help you there. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next one. And if you haven't already taken the 7-day free challenge to get leads, you guys all have it if you're watching this video. Go through that challenge, follow all the instructions, and I think that will bring everything that I talked about today to life.